Hello everyone, my name's Duncan White. I'm the managing editor of the International Fire and Safety Journal. I'm here at Intersec in Dubai for another fantastic event, and I'm delighted to be joined by my old friends John and Evan Ottesen. Gentlemen, hello. Welcome.
Hi Duncan, it's nice to be here.
It's always exciting speaking to the Ottesens and looking at the work that the Fomtec are doing to push boundaries in fire and life safety systems. What is extra special is that last night there was a huge announcement which the industry are still taking breath and contemplating how that's going to impact everybody. I was fortunate to be able to host an event with Fomtec where John released to the world what was a long, hard trudge to get to where we are now. John, tell us what you announced last night.
Wow! It was it's something I've been looking forward to for 4 years in this particular product, and we were launching our Fomtec Enviro Neo, the latest evolution in the Enviro program, and it's a long journey, as you said. We spent 15 years getting to this point, and it's something, when you work so hard and you finally get to release it like your little baby into the world, it's special. So yesterday I've been looking forward to that for a long time, and it's I think it is a special thing in the industry actually, because we have been able to do things with this product that is really called for. There's some aspects of this product that I think is going to become very important, and I spoke about it yesterday. Why we believe that Neo is a revolution. Yeah,
it's one of the things that really grabs me talking to John and the Fomtec team is the passion behind striving for the best, striving to produce something that the end user is going to see a noticeable difference. We, as a retired firefighter, having used foam all through my career, we dealt with and we used what we were given. We were never given the education that I've now learned from these guys over the years that goes into producing such a technical and effective product. One of the things I saw last night, John, that really struck home to me was where you did the demonstration with the polymers and how that is left as a residue, and just explain that to the viewers on what you're really doing there and what you've been able to achieve.
Well, this is something that is really important. In today's world where we are trying to make the very best fluorine-free foam there is, thinking back 15 years, we were taking out the fluorine from the product, and the whole industry was contemplating what's going to be with the solution. And we all found out very early on that the use of these natural polymers, the biodegradable polysaccharides, is going to give you performance enhancement. And it became very, very attractive to use a lot of the polymers. The problem with that is that, if you use too much of it, you're going to wind up with rubber. It's going to be, you can't move the product. And so there were two ways of going about this. You could either find a way not to use that much polymer, or you would use a lot of polymer. You try to hide it inside the product, not to let the polymer evolve viscosity, and that's really what most parts of the industry has done. They've used loads of polymer, high quantities, and they formulated the product in such a way that the viscosity doesn't develop. The problem with that is that you're winding up with what we call a meta-stable product. The polymers really want to evolve, and as soon as they get some water, they will evolve in viscosity. So what I demonstrated yesterday, we were talking about these meta-stable products, partially hydrated polymers. it becomes difficult to really grasp what that means. So doing this live demonstration where 100 milliliters of a concentrate, 15 milliliters of water, you blend it together and you see a product that goes from very nice fluidity to basically solid. And I thought it was important for you guys to see that yesterday, to really grasp the consequence of these partially hydrated polymer products, which, the thing with Neo, we don't use that technology. We use fully hydrated polymers.
It was, and I think that the old adage is that a picture paints 1,000 words, and that was having heard for so long about the way in which the technology was emerging. To see that visual was just really brought the cleaning of the windows for me, so I could really see a clear view. We're going to talk to Evan now, and I think the first thing that I would say, and which is very apparent to me, is you're very proud of the fella sat here on my right hand side.
Yes, of course. When it comes to the people in the business, out of everyone I'm speaking to, I know that John probably does the most work, especially for his position in the company. I mean, he's totally engaged in all activities we ever do. Coming to exhibitions, yes, but also on the fire ground. He's there all the time, watching over, making sure that we're doing our best and getting to a place like where we are now, launching a new product that we believe is probably going to be our best ever.
Exactly, and I can tell you that there was no money changing hands under the table there, so that you've heard it from the apprentice straight away there, and it's going to cause you some headaches. It's going to cause you. I'll tell a quick story. Yesterday, when we were in the room, I had the honour of introducing John for his presentation, and after he'd finished, a gentleman came up and said to me, "How do we work with you?" So straight away, we've seen somebody that was in the room that was directed to Evan to start looking at that. So this is going to spread like wildfire, to use an old adage.
Yes, and that's what we want. It's going to start slowly. People need to realize the message we're putting forth now. And once this message gets around, the end user starts picking it up, seeing that there might be something here. This is something that has not really been discussed up until now. And I think, yes, as you say, this is going to cause a little bit of a wildfire in the industry.
Very much so, and I think one of the things that I'm always very conscious of, looking back to my days in uniform, is that very often firefighters are given a product to use. They're not given the science and the technology behind it. And one of the things that I'm going to be pushing through my LinkedIn is that video and those examples where we saw the difference between the two products. So, and also there was another visual of the big bucket with this gloop in it, which it reminded me of through the cheese making with the curds and the whey and all this liquid around the solid, and hugely powerful. And we will get that out there. So, what's the next step for you?
The next step is to start bringing Neo to market.
Yes. And it was interesting where, John, you said last night that it's available from tomorrow, so that's today. So, and we've got the situation as we were preparing for this interview. John said that it's nice to have the issue of needing to up production to be ready to supply. John, I'm gonna turn to you to bring this all together. A lot of hard work. All the years I've known you, it's always been done with a smile on your face. It's always been done with passion, and it's always been done with the end user in mind. And I think that's a huge credit to you, to Fomtec, and the way that you go about your business. And as I walk the halls of this show and all the other shows that we do in the world, there's always a very healthy crowd waiting to speak to this man. Very highly respected within the industry, and not just that. What you see is what you get. There's no hidden agenda. So just the floor is yours, just to bring together all these years of hard work, the end of this 2-year journey that you and I were on, where we started complimenting each other on our ties, which last night I also had a yellow tie on, but that was more by luck than judgment. But floor is yours, my friend.
Well, I mean, it's a very interesting industry. Obviously, I've been working with foam for 35 years, and so this shift towards the fluorine-free has been a real challenge. I mean, you're basically taking out the magic ingredient, and you're back to square one. And so when we started the Enviro program now back in 2010, we were in a very different place than today, and we've gone through this evolution. And we started back in 2011 with the first rendition of the Enviro product, and then we've learned from that. We've had some breakthroughs through the years. We introduced the 3x3 Ultra back in 2013. Then it went through to the USP in 2016, a leading product in this industry. Then Arc, and now finally Neo. And the problem with the reaching Neo was. Without the partially hydrated polymers, we gave ourselves a real handicap. There's no question the partially hydrated polymers or the polymers will help you with performance, and we really needed to dig deep to be able to overcome that and create Neo. Now, what Neo does, it solves all your problems. You get all the high performance ratings with the UL and EN and ICAO and Last Fire, everything you want, but we don't have the handicap of the partially hydrated polymer. So we can safely send this product into the world, being absolutely clear that we will not have these problems associated with, stratification, gum dropout, separation, or the enormous viscosity increase that we see in all of these other products. And I'm not attacking their performance. I'm simply saying, it's like I said yesterday, Duncan, if you have two otherwise equal products, one with this polymer problem, one without it, what would you choose? I know what I would choose.
Exactly, and I think those that are sitting watching this really know what they're going to choose. It's been an absolute pleasure, it always is, and I'm Duncan White. I'm the managing editor of the International Fire and Safety Journal, and I've been speaking to John and Evan Ottesen from Fomtec. Thank you.